Solarstone proudly presents Pure Trance Radio.
Hello ladies and gents, good morning, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where in the world you're listening from. This is Solarstone, broadcasting from reasonably sunny Wales today. Now it's time for Pure Trance Radio episode 205. Coming up in the show for you today, I've got a couple of world exclusives. I've got new music from M.I.K.E, The Stargazers, Factor B. I've got a beautiful chill out moment for you and a fabulous uplifting selection. So let's kick off with this week's progressive selection as ever, beginning with one of two tracks taken from the new Anjuna Deep Explorations Volume 11 album. This is by Antic and it's called Incarnation, remix courtesy of Just Her. Keep it locked for the next 60 minutes. So welcome to the show everybody, hope you enjoyed that. That was Incarnation by Antic, Just Her remix, and that's on Anjuna Deep. If you're tuned into the live stream, it's going out on YouTube, Twitch, Periscope and Facebook. But if you want the finest quality, I suggest you head over to Twitch or YouTube, where we're streaming at 320 kbps, whatever that means. We're also tweeting the tracklist live. If you want to get involved, just use the hashtag PureTrance. Follow me on @ILikeItPure. Or, of course, Rich Solarstone. That's me. Coming up next, a world exclusive. Forthcoming on Pure Progressive. This is another slab of brilliance from Connective. And the track's called Lift. So we're settling into a nice progressive groove here in the first part of the show. In the background, that was a world exclusive from Connective. That's called Lift. That's coming out in a couple of weeks on Pure Progressive. That's the progressive sister label of Pure Trance, where I release all the nice, deep, more experimental stuff that I like. Now I've got something on Roger Shah's Magic Island Deep label. This is by Raul Pablo Sanchez, and it's called Schattenspiel. And I would translate that into bullshit, but I'm not sure if that's a correct translation. listening to the Progressive Selection on Pure Trance Radio. What do you think of that? That was Schattenspiel from Raul Pablo Sanchez on Magic Island Deep. Lovely bit of progressive trance music. And talking of all things progressive, I'm bringing Pure Trance to the gallery at Ministry of Sound on September the 27th. That's a Friday. In the main room, the box, are going to be me, Orchidea and Lostly. Lostly is going to be doing his new live show. And we've also got the resident Sholan, who's closing for us. And we're also going to be hosting the second room, that's room 103, as Pure Progressive. And on the lineup for that night, I've got Alex Wright, who's playing a progressive set, Paul Sawyer, The Stupid Experts, Chris O'Neill, Robert Nixon is doing an RNX set, and I've also got an exclusive performance from Garden State. So there are 10 reasons for you to come to our Pure Trance event on September the 27th at the Gallery at Ministry of Sound. Tickets available from the Ministry of Sound website, of course, and of course the Pure Trance website. Anyway, here's another cut from that Anjuna Deep Explorations Volume 11 album on Anjuna Deep. This is Empirical from Ocula. What a lovely, lovely record that is. Empirical from Ocula. That's from the new Anjuna Deep Explorations Volume 7 compilation, which I believe is out now. Coming up next, I've got something from an artist who's a regular feature on this show. It's Arium, and he's got this new track called Moonwaves coming out on the Macedonian Old SQL imprint. And this is a really nice remix from Ejaz Ahmed. And this remix is pure progressive gold. By the way, if you like the sound of Arium's music, he has a new ambient/soundtrack record out on his Bandcamp, in case you need some Sunday chilling out material. just go to Bandcamp and search for Aerium. That's AEIRUM. How good is that, ladies and gents? Wrapping up the progressive selection there in this week's show. That's Aerium with Moonwaves, forthcoming on Old SQL. And that was the Ajaz Ahmed remix. And as I mentioned earlier, if you head over to Aerium's Bandcamp, you can download his new ambient/chill out album. And that's called Visions of Vega.
It's not the kind of thing we usually play, but we like it anyway.
Regular listeners to the show will know that this is the part where I play something a little bit different, something that I might not necessarily play in my DJ sets, but something I think is really, really good. And this week's It's Not the Kind of Thing I Usually Play, But I Like It Anyway track is by Ukrainian-based producer Sensate. This is in an unusual 3/4 time signature, and it's coming out on Rocket Music.
a beginning and end. You don't come back, you're omnipresent. Who you really are has no beginning and end. Yes, I know it's difficult to hear. Because we're so used to functioning as a particular self of like and dislike. But that's not the truth. So who you are is omniscient. Another way to say that is magnificent. You're the magnification represents a universe. Do anything but make universes. Everybody represents a universe.
Well, isn't that an absolutely lovely track? That's part of the Universe EP by Sense8. That's coming out on Rocket Music. 2 tracks on that. The other track's called Space, but that is called Universe. Really, really lovely head music.
So people that believe in it.
Apparently you cannot do anything but make universes.
You cannot do anything but make universes.
We like it pure.
Okay, time to crank things up a little bit now with the uplifting selection, and let's begin with this. This is my new single with Jonathan Mendelshon. This is where it starts, the extended Pure mix, and the whole thing, including the Sheridan Grout remix and the orchestral version, are all out now. Well, they came out on Friday on Black Hole.
Hail shooting through the air like sprays of bullets. There's no stopping them tonight. Firing through my brain, swiftly penetrates. Makes me think I blew it, like I tend to do sometimes. And all my fears there. I tell myself they aren't true, 'cause there is no proof. All these fears I leave behind. I free my mind and find the truth. This is where it starts. I can feel my heart beating over my chest. Does it stop? Life is moving forward one way or another, like an elevator going up, and then somebody cuts the cables and we fall. It's hard to see the beauty when you're in it.
Hasn't he got an absolutely wonderful voice? An absolute pleasure working with Jonathan on that track. And by the way, if you like that orchestral version, the strings for that were scored by Petri Lowland, the guy behind the classical translations thing. And I actually co-wrote that one with my friend Neil Cowmeadow, who is the guy I collaborated with on Presence of the Past on the Pure album. Anyway, that is out now, as is this, on Amsterdam Trance Classics. This is Lost Witness and Trance Classics with 7 Colours, the Patrick Dreamer remix.
The sky, and I remember my first rainbow. Seems like 1,000 years ago. I asked Mama, what's a rainbow for? She said, after the rain comes, after the rain, after the rain comes the sun. She said, after the rain comes, after the rain, after the rain comes the sun. Like 1,000 years ago, I asked Mama, what's a rainbow for? She said, after the rain comes, after the rain, after the rain comes the sun. She said, after the rain comes, after the rain, after the rain comes the sun.
What do you think of that, guys? If you like your vocal trance uplifting, it doesn't come much more uplifting than that. That's the first of 2 tracks from Raz Nitsen's labels on today's show. That's the Patrick Dreamer remix of 7 Colours from Lost Witness and Trance Classics. Something coming up next now from M.I.K.E Push. This is Mike's latest single, Intersection. Released a little while ago on FSOE, but I only recently discovered it. Wow, isn't he clever? That's M.I.K.E Push with Intersection. That one's out now on FSOE, I do believe. Now, I played this for you on the show a little while ago, back in June I think it was. But this is still a massive track for me in my sets. This is Wide-Eyed Angel from Origin. Originally came out on Lost Language back in 2000 and something. And this is the Paul Pearson remix. You're listening to the Uplifting Selection with Solarstone. This is Pure Trance Radio. In the background, that's the Paul Pearson Eternal State mix of Wide-Eyed Angel from Origin, and that is on Lost Language. Now the second of those two tracks from the Raz Nitzan label stable. This is a Stargazers and Neve Kennedy with Walk Between Your Shadows. And it's on Uplift, which I believe is Steve Allen's label. I do like Neve Kennedy's voice. That's the Stargazers and Neve Kennedy. Walk Between Your Shadows, or Shadow. That's on Uplift, one of the Raznitzen's stable of labels. I do like saying that, stable of labels. Anyway, I can't believe how quick that last 50 minutes or so has gone. Just got time for one more track before we hit the chill out moment, and it is this week's big tune, courtesy of my favourite Australian who lives in Amsterdam. This is Factor B on the mix of Random Walk from Mark Dawn. Take it away, Brendan.
Solarstone's big tune.
And there we have it, ladies and gents. Wrapping up the uplifting selection with this week's big tune. It's Factor B's extended Back to the Future remix of Random Walk from Mark Dawn. That's on the Drizzly Eclipse label. Drizzly used to be a really big trance label back in the day. I'm not sure where it went to, but apparently it's back. And that's another stellar remix from Factor B, with a remix that was 3 days long. I just love Factor B. Anyway, guys, now I'm going to wind things down with this.
Solarstone's chill out moment.
And this week's chill out moment is taken from the Flatliners soundtrack, the film that came out in 2017. Composed by Nathan Barr. This is called Marlowe and Ray. See you next week, guys.
Pure Trance Radio with Solarstone.